It is 1:30 Universal Time. I'm Jim Tedder in Washington. In Afghanistan, more than 100 people have been killed in violence across the country. The violence has been described as some of the deadliest since the overthrow of the Taliban in 2001. Afghan and United States-led coalition forces fought rebels in the Kandahar and Helmand areas. A coalition spokesman told VOA that 18 militants and 1 Canadian were killed. He said 26 militants were captured. In recent months, Taliban supporters have increased attacks in southern and eastern Afghanistan. Officials in Iraq say rebels killed at least 17 Iraqis and 4 American soldiers in attacks Thursday. Gunmen killed 7 people who were traveling on a small bus in Baghdad. In a separate attack, a bomb exploded near a group of police. 7 people were killed, including 3 officers. In the northern city of Kirkuk, gunmen killed a teacher and a student. In other incidents, the United States military said its troops killed 3 rebels. The military also said a bomb attack northwest of Baghdad killed 4 American soldiers and an Iraqi who was working as their language aide. In Brazil, a jailed criminal leader has warned of more attacks after a week of violence that has killed more than 150 people. Marcos Camachos told Brazilian television that his group, First Command of the Capital, was responsible for the violence. Officials say more than 150 people, including several policemen, have been killed in attacks on police stations and other places in the state of São Paulo. The attacks have also included riots in at least 70 prisons since Friday. Former Peruvian President Alberto Fujimori has been temporarily released from a prison in Chile on the condition that he remain in the country. Chilean courts are currently reviewing a request by Peru to have Mr. Fujimori returned to the country for trial. A lawyer for the Peruvian government criticized the court's ruling. He said Mr. Fujimori is now more likely to flee the country. Peru is planning to charge Mr. Fujimori for human rights abuses and official wrongdoing. The former president was arrested in November after arriving in Chile from Japan. President Bush says the 6,000 National Guard troops he has proposed sending to the United States-Mexican border will not be involved in law enforcement. Mr. Bush said Thursday that the National Guard will help border security by planning and organizing efforts. Earlier Thursday, Mexico expressed concerns about plans to deploy the National Guard and to build a security fence on the border. You are listening to the news in VOA Special English. The International Monetary Fund has warned Bolivia after its decision to nationalize its oil and gas resources. IMF official Masoud Ahmed gave the warning Thursday. He said Bolivia has to consider the results that its decision will have on investment in the country. Mr. Ahmed urged the Bolivian government to hold talks with the affected foreign companies. he said the talks should also deal with payments. Bolivian President Evo Morales announced plans to nationalize oil and gas resources on May 1st. Mr. Morales gave foreign oil companies 6 months to agree to new contracts or leave the country. The Mexican government has sent 6 suspected members of the Basque separatist group ETA to Spain, where they will face charges of terrorism. The suspects were arrested in Mexico City nearly 3 months ago. Last month, the Mexican Supreme Court rejected an appeal by 5 men and 1 woman to block their return to Spain. President Bush's nominee to lead the Central Intelligence Agency has defended the Bush administration's program for gathering information on Americans. Air Force General Michael Hayden met Thursday with a Senate Intelligence Committee. During the meeting, General Hayden said government lawyers told him that the plan he helped to design at the National Security Agency was legal. He said the NSA intelligence gathering program is needed to fight terrorism. The NSA program examines electronic mail and telephone calls to and from foreign countries. The program does not seek permission from a court to do so. General Hayden did not comment on reports that the government has been collecting information on calls by millions of Americans. The United Nations is sending 6 health experts to Angola as the number of deaths from cholera continues to rise in the country. Monday, the UN said it is sending experts to help Angolan health officials control the outbreak. The World Health Organization said within the last days, 31 Angolans have died from the disease. Another 546 people have become infected. Nearly 1,300 deaths from cholera have been reported in the last 3 months. The medical aid group Doctors Without Borders blames the spread of the disease on a lack of safe drinking water and poor conditions. A Sudanese official says his government may accept United Nations peacekeeping forces in the Darfur area of Sudan. The official said the government wants to be involved in decisions about the size and purpose of the UN team. Sudan had said it would not accept UN troops in the area. The Sudanese official said the UN is sending a delegation to Khartoum within 2 days. Officials are expected to discuss permitting a UN team into Darfur. The team would observe the situation before making plans to take control of peacekeeping in Darfur. Briefly, here again is the major news of the hour. In Afghanistan, more than 100 people have been killed in violence across the country. In Brazil, a jailed criminal leader has warned of more attacks after a week of violence that has killed more than 150 people. And former Peruvian President Alberto Fujimori has been temporarily released from a prison in Chile. And that's the news in VOA Special English. From Washington, this is Jim Tedder reporting.